Alright, hello guys, welcome to another video. And this is going to be a little bit different than my normal, kind of like vlog style videos. This is going to be more of a sit down type of video. And as you guys see the title of this video, this is going to be more of a formal, informative type of video because college decisions are coming out. At least for the class of 2025 for transfers for me, it's gonna be like in the next couple months, so I still have some time to wait. But as you guys are getting your decisions, I kind of want to help you guys make your decision, and make sure that you guys choose the college that's probably the best fit for you. Now, before we get into this video, I just want to say, like, for the next 2 weeks, I'm probably going to be streaming on Twitch. Uh, from probably 1 p.m. to 8 p.m. Eastern. So I'll put the link here. I don't know, somewhere on the screen and also in the description as well. So without further ado, let's get into this video. So as you guys know, I chose UC Irvine, the University of California of Irvine, as a college to attend. And just like the short list that I got into, there's like really just like 4 or 5. I got into UC Irvine, Gonzaga, Santa Clara University, and the University of Rochester. And for all of my colleges, I applied for a computer science as my major because that's the job I want to go into after college. Um, so I guess I'll just go into like the pros and cons of UCI compared to maybe some of the other schools that I got into. So one of the reasons why I chose UCI was, I'll say it again, is one of the only few schools that really accepted me, which was kind of made my decision easier in a way because uh, in my mind UCI was my dream school and I got in, so it was kind of like a no-brainer for me. But it turned out to be a bad situation, and I'll get into that in the cons. So UCI is really good academically. It's a top 10 public school in the United States, which is honestly I'm still confused as to why I got in because my grades they're okay. My ACT was trash, but I'm kind of glad that I actually did get in. And like during my first quarter, you could definitely tell, like the rigor of the school. So like say for example, my first quarter I took chemistry, or like Chem 1A, Biosci 93, writing, and what's the other class? I took another class, I forgot. But anyways, so biology, we went through maybe, I'd say a good 15 chapters in 10 weeks, which averages about to maybe 1 to 2 chapters a week, which is pretty intense. On top of that, for me, I had chemistry and all of the other stuff. So they're definitely gonna push you, and I know that for in other majors like computer science, biomedical engineering, it's gonna be either harder or just as hard. So just know that if you get into like a good school like say UC Irvine, UCLA, UC Berkeley, Harvard, obviously those are going to be good schools, but you also have to take into account the rigor, which is in my opinion kind of obvious, but is something that most kids I think are not going to think that much about, especially this year because all schools were online and stuff like that. Another reason why I chose UC Irvine was that it was in California. So currently I live in upstate New York, and it's kind of just like really rural. There's really nothing to do, and I kind of wanted to go somewhere with like a good social scene. And I guess that's kind of why I dumped University of Rochester, because if you've ever been to Rochester, New York, the city, in my opinion, is just so depressing, so dilapidated. And I did get into Santa Clara. That easily, I think socially, would have been the same as UC Irvine, but with Irvine, it's a really, really good location. Like you're just right next to LA. You're just an hour drive away from San Francisco. You have a couple big amusement parks to go to with your friends. You have a beach nearby. You across the street from Irvine, you have like a mini shopping center with a lot of restaurants and a lot of shopping options. So that just just the location itself is a really big drawing factor to UCI for me at least. So I guess an important thing that you guys should consider is where your college is going to be located and probably where you're going to be working after college, because, as I said, I applied for computer science, but I got to undeclared, and I'll speak about that later in the video. But LA and just California in general is just really good for software engineers and computer science. And I guess these two can go together. Is that UCI has good food and good housing. Like I said, we're near LA, we're near San Diego, and we have like a mini shopping center across the street. So food is just literally everywhere. The dining food, my friends on campus, they said that it's been really good. And the housing, I think next year they're gonna move to doubles because this year for 2020 to 2021, all the dorms were singles. So of course everyone's gonna say the dorming is good because they're just by themselves and they have a like a decent sized room, right? And I think UCI they just finished building a new dorm, so that just adds to how good the housing is, and the social community in the housing areas are good from what I've heard. So I think that's it for the pros for me. So I'm gonna go into the cons. And so, if you get accepted into like say UC Irvine, UC Berkeley, UCLA, like a big public school is undeclared, I would honestly deter you from trying to go to that school on either for one of two reasons. One, you have a lot of college credit. You took like community college courses, or you have a lot of AP credit. Because otherwise you're literally just gonna get shit out of luck for signing up for classes and for how soon you can get your major requirement classes to transfer into your major. So for me, how UCI kind of advertises that like you can just pick any class you want and you'll be good as long as you take the courses, which to an extent is correct. But being undeclared, you can only sign up for major restricted classes. So for me, that would be like the introduction to computer science classes. And you're only able to sign up for those at a certain date when the major restriction is lifted, right? And then during that time, the website to sign up for classes is usually really clogged because a lot of people are trying to like maybe double major, double minor in a different school that they weren't admitted to. So then that just bogs down the website, and then you're probably not even going to get the class that you need to declare your major, which is really it really kind of like pissed me off because I'm paying out of state tuition and I'm not even able to take the classes that I want to and even need to declare my major. So that really is kind of bad. So if you want to change into like from undeclared to like an affected major, and what I mean by like affected, I mean like a big major or like a hard major to get into. So that'd be like business administration, maybe computer science, again software engineering, biomedical engineering, just anything in the school of engineering, pretty much anything in the school of computer sciences, you're pretty much shit out of luck, at least at UCI. And okay, another con at UCI is that so it's a big school, obviously. I think the student body is about 50,000 in total, and just 9,000 for my admitted class. So with all of those people, if you're probably just not going to get the classes that you want or the professor that you want. So for example, in the winter quarter, my sign-up date was pretty late, and the chemistry class that I wanted to take for a general education requirement, the professor that I wanted to take, he was filled up, and nobody even dropped him because he's a good professor, which is fair. But if you just have a late enrollment date, again, you just kind of shit out of luck. You're just left with the leftovers. And I guess these two again can go hand in hand, is that at a big public university, some professors are there just for the research, and it really, really just shows because they just won't care about the class. They just won't even answer to your emails, or even if they do, they're going to sound really agitated and really hostile towards you. And I don't know, it kind of rubbed me the wrong way, especially when my bio professor put her own research in the final based on an optional video that she posted. And it was just a weird situation in my opinion. And especially for my chemistry professor this quarter, he was just bad. He just mentioned his research like for maybe a third of the lecture, and like he barely covered any course content. So that's just another thing you have to deal with. but I don't think that's going to be that prevalent in person. I don't know, but also some classes again goes hand in hand with this. They're just bad, and you just kind of have to deal with it. So like maybe in this case, like say with my chemistry, I just had to basically just teach myself the whole thing from scratch, from the textbook and from other resources like Khan Academy, which you could say that it's part of online school, but in my opinion, it's just a weird and bad situation, especially for me paying out of state tuition. It kind of rubbed me the wrong way. So those are the reasons why I kind of chose UCI and why I kind of regret it, but I got that under control now. I'm gonna transfer hopefully, so I can at least get my major. So if you choose a college and then you find out later down the road, maybe earlier in the first semester, first quarter, that it's not the right fit for you, one, you need to know to acknowledge that and just tell yourself that it's okay that this school doesn't fit me, and two, you need to start working on your transfer applications because the deadline or just the work for the transfer application is a lot, especially with a college course load, a full college course load. So those are my reasons why I chose UCI, and I hope that this will help you make your college decision even easier. And yeah, thank you guys for watching. Make sure to check out my Twitch. For the next 2 weeks, I'm going to be playing Valorant a lot, maybe some Call of Duty. But anyways, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Make sure to subscribe if you haven't, like the video if you liked it, and yeah, I'll see you in the next video.